Hey there, adventurers. Today we are here at Universal's brand new theme park, Universal Epic Universe. This is my first ever time being at this park. I am so excited. We're going to go ahead, try to ride some rides, check out some of the food offerings, go around the park, visit all the lands, and have a fun day here. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and have a great day adventure. Now, with Epic Universe, this is Universal's newest and biggest theme park here in Orlando, Florida. There is 5 different lands themed to Super Nintendo World, Universal Monsters with Dark Universe, Harry Potter and Fantastic Beasts with Harry Potter and Ministry of Magic, and even How to Train Your Dragon Isle of Berk. There's so many attractions like Stardust Racers, Mario Kart's Bowser's Challenge, Ballot's Ministry, and so much more. So, without any waste of time, let's go ahead and head inside now. This is insane. Holy cow, look at all this. We can see the entirety of Celestial Park, and we can even see the hotel in the distance, but man. There's also Otherworld's Mercantile, where there's so much merchandise here. For example, there's some Epic Universe bucket hats, towels, plushes, like some Mario, Luigi plushes right here. Dark Universe merch back here. Dark Universe shirts. There's all sorts of Harry Potter merch, like some wands back here, along with the Niffler, and so much more. It's just insane. Oh my goodness, look at that. It's like a Niffler costume back here. I want to see some more plushes back here with some collectible plushes, some more t-shirts. Here in Moonship Chocolates, there is all sorts of treats, and we can see all sorts of sweet treats back here, and even some butterbeer merch as well. And it looks like line's moving right now. While we're passing Celestial Park, there is the Atlantic right here, where this is a fine dining restaurant with fish and all sorts of other food items here, along with Super Nintendo World. There is the concierge desk, along with Constellation Carousel here. We're not going to rope chop this, as there's also Super Nintendo World. Oh my goodness, this is so surreal. I don't know what's happening, but you actually have to get into an escalator if you want to go through the tube, and then besides the restroom, there's also Pizza Moon as well up ahead.
Landing on Pizza Moon.
Thank you.
Please enjoy the show.
Oh my goodness. Now, I want to actually start off with Pizza Moon first because of a few reasons why. Because we actually just got into the virtual queue for Harry Potter and Ballot of Ministry, where this is going to be the most popular ride, where Universal has installed a virtual line that you can get in and join, where you will need to be on the Universal app. With the virtual line, you can either get in at park opening, which I highly recommend, or you will be joining at the later times, where it'll happen multiple times today, where as of right now, we're here in Pizza Moon. Also, because I did hear the lines can get a bit long, so we'll see. And right now, we actually got ourselves a Pizza Moon pepperoni, and I cannot wait to try it since I did hear that the food was really good. I will say, my pepperoni was absolutely incredible because it is very fresh. I mean, you have that cheese right here, the sauce has a perfect ratio, the cheese perfectly cooked, and pepperonis here are well done. Absolutely amazing. Definitely come here if you want some great pizza for sure. But I think now, since we got the virtual queue, we have until 1:30, so let's go ahead and see what we can do in the meantime. Now we're outside of Pizza Moon, and again, that lunch was incredible. But for the most part, we have until 1:30 to get back, so I don't know. Maybe the first destination should probably be for Super Nintendo World, and we'll see what we can do in the meantime.
I didn't hear the music when we first came in.
I am in disbelief. Oh my goodness. So, we have a lot to kind of talk about. I mean, there is so much happening all at once. Over there, we can see Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge, where you can race against other players in Mario Kart. And there's also Toadstool Cafe at the bottom, where you can grab some delicious eats from Nintendo-themed food items. There is also Yoshi's Adventure as well, where we can see this is a people mover type ride, as entrance is in the bottom. And besides all the stores, besides all of the extra power-up band interactivity, there is also the entrance into Donkey Kong Country. Along with that, there's even Princess Peach as well, meeting guests. And it's so amazing, like, holy cow. Now for our first ride of the day, we're going to go ahead and head inside of Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge. Inside this augmented reality ride, this is a racing attraction where you put on your special goggles and steer through iconic courses alongside Mario, Luigi, Princess Peach, and Bowser himself. Let's go ahead and head inside. Oh my goodness. As soon as we exit from the ride, there is Mario Motors. We're here. This is a merchandise shop with all sorts of Super Nintendo World merch, with Mario plushes, and even these headbands as well. There's even some keychains, plushes, some pillows. And last but not least, inside here, there is the power-up bands, where you can actually use these power-up bands all around Super Nintendo World with all sorts of interactivity and plenty of special coins that you can gather with the help of the official Universal Orlando Resort app. Holy cow, that ride was very fun. It is very crazy because there's so much happening with the augmented reality goggles you had on. There's also some of the animatronic screens. A lot was happening in there. And to be honest, I didn't know what I was doing, but either way, so much fun. If you love Mario Kart, if you love to immerse into that world, highly recommend doing that ride, since this is going to be a fan favorite. And I think right now, we're going to go ahead and try to see what else we can do. Maybe we can go ahead and see Donkey Kong Country. There's all sorts of games that you can play. There's even One-Up Factory, with this area being the store, having all sorts of merchandise. And there's also Yoshi's Adventure. Here, this is a People Mover style ride, where you ride with the Yoshis and search for the glowing eggs in this attraction, where you'll weave through iconic Mushroom Kingdom landscapes, encountering many familiar characters and spotting hidden colored eggs along your journey. And then there's even this section here where this is now Donkey Kong Country up ahead. And as soon as we're heading in here, we have this portal of sorts where we go through. Ready? Holy cow. When we first head in, there's Funky's flying by with all sorts of Donkey Kong merchandise. And then there's even Minecart Madness up ahead, although I'm not sure if it's working at the moment. And there's also the Bubbly Barrel with all sorts of sweet treats here, and Donkey Kong the snacks. It does look like single ride line is at capacity, but with Minecart Madness, this is a family coaster where you help Donkey Kong protect the golden banana on Minecart Madness. You enter the majestic golden temple, board your minecart, and take off in this coaster, speeding through mine as you'll appear to jump across gaps in a track and other eye-popping feats from the Donkey Kong Country video games. Right now, it does look like Minecart Madness is having some technical difficulties where they're not running any vehicles with actual riders, so I think we're gonna go ahead and skip this part of the area for now, and I think maybe later in the future we'll try to ride this ride. But right now, let's go ahead and try to get on another ride and check out another land soon. So it has not been 5 minutes since we left Donkey Kong Country, because we just bought ourselves a power-up band for Super Nintendo World. We're not going to get into everything today, but I thought I'd purchase this since the line wasn't too long. And now we're going to go ahead and actually wear it. Now, before we leave this area, I did want to talk about the Nintendo Superstore. We can see all sorts of banners with Donkey Kong and Mario. When we head inside here, there is all sorts of characters with Mario, Peach, Toad, and more. And we can even see tons of Super Nintendo World merchandise with headbands, shirts, plushes, and other accessories all inside here. And this store is so cool to see. There's also some Yoshi pajamas, as well as some more Super Nintendo World merchandise, and these murals up here with Mario, Donkey Kong, Link from Legend of Zelda, Peach, and more all around. Oh my goodness. Up ahead there is a Starbucks where you can get some coffees and drinks. There's also some live entertainment as well. Now there's also this giant fountain area here. This is actually a fountain area where it can shoot up to 135 feet tall. There's also many shows throughout the day and night with music from Harry Potter, Mario, How to Train Your Dragon, and more. And there's even Universal Helio's Grand Hotel at the center, where this is just incredible. And then across from me is going to be the Stromica Play area, where right now it's not running at the moment, but when it does, it's going to be a splash pad for kids where kids can splash around. But right now, there's also Bar Zenith with alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages, and Meteor Astro Pub with burgers and American food items. And later on, we're also going to be riding Stardust Racers, but right now it is currently at 1 o'clock, so gotta go ahead and head over to Ministry of Magic up ahead. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is insane. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So, up ahead, actually, there is Cafe L'Air de la Serene, which has all sorts of food items, including a butterbeer crepe. Like, everything in here is so massive that if you want to know, the tallest building in Diagon Alley is the same size as the smallest building in here, so this is like crazy. I know there's also all sorts of characters that roams around here, like Ministry and even some students along here. And there's also multiple shops like Fondant du Chadron. There's also a wand shop with Cosme Acajor and many more all around. Like, look at this. They really outdone themselves here. Like, holy cow. And also, of course, you can get butterbeer as well. And yeah, this is just insane. In the middle there is Le Cirque Arcanu. Unfortunately for time, we will unfortunately have to skip this one. However, this is a theater show where in an attempt to bring this circus back to its former glory, Ringmaster Skender has stolen Newt Scamander's suitcase, which contains fantastic beasts from around the globe. As it's up to circus employee Wenlin to rescue the creatures in this spectacular mix of live performances, amazing puppetry, special effects, and more. There's also a butterbeer cart serving some butterbeer, and then some more shops and restaurants all around. Hello. And also, there's plenty of wand spots if you have an interactive wand. Recently, they did change that where There's new wands where you can interact with the Universal Orlando app. I wonder what's here. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Oh my goodness. And up ahead, there's also the Metro Flu, where this is going to be the entrance into Harry Potter and the Battle at the Ministry. And let me kind of talk about this really quickly. This is actually the only ride to require a virtual queue, where here you travel by Metro Flu from Paris to the British Ministry of Magic, where Dolores Umbridge is about to stand trial. You board a lift and join Harry, Ron, and Hermione as you journey deep into the Ministry's many departments. See thrilling, fantastic beasts and unexplored mystery awaits in this attraction. Here, this is gotta be my most anticipated ride of all time, and I cannot wait. I've heard so many great things about it. Heard it's like the best ride of all time. Oh my goodness. This queue is insane. Like, holy moly.
He has assured us that justice will be served in the trial of Dolores Umbridge.
Suppose you're right. Don't. How about our new minister shut up all day? He's shaving up quite nicely.
Not an easy task. All the trucks and quills and doilies and bows and plates down and little lobbies. But Higgledy is happy to do it. It is a most exciting day in
Also, if you want to know how long wait times are outside of the actual queue itself. Right now, it is a 65-minute wait. Battle at the Ministry may as well be one of, if not my favorite attractions, not just in Orlando, but in the entire world. Out of all the rides I've been on, this may as well be my favorite, and this is just the first time I've rode this ride, because everything from the technology, the storyline, everything about it was so incredible. It is honestly breathtaking, from the queue to the animatronics and how they use the technology overall. If there's one ride I highly recommend you avoid watching any POVs of, it is definitely going to be this one, because this is probably the one ride that I highly recommend you go in blind and just enjoy it with what it is, because this is probably my favorite ride so far, and I don't know how Monsters can top that. So either way, we're going ahead, explore quickly around this world, and see what else we can do in the meantime. We'll be back for more, definitely, but overall, so far, incredible land. It is so massive in scale and scope, and once I explore more of this may as well be my favorite land out of the three, but we'll have to see. Wow, look at that! See a little fountain show happening here. You can even see the statue of Apollo with Helios Grand Hotel, and yeah, again, I feel like this park, in my honest opinion, is overwhelming in the best possible way, because there's so much to see and do that I don't know if you're going to be able to do just one day. May need to do two if you want to do everything, but yeah, this is so good. Also, with this restaurant over here, this is the Blue Dragon Pan-Asian restaurant, serving authentic Chinese, Japanese, and Thai fare. However, it's not open at the moment, so I cannot wait for next land, because it is actually my next anticipated area, and that's Dark Universe right here. This is inspired by Universal monsters with Frankenstein, Dracula, Bride of Frankenstein, and Invisible Man lurking all around, as you'll find all of them in here, where it's also home to two attractions: Monsters Unchained, Frankenstein Experiments, and even Curse of Werewolf. So let's go ahead and head in here. Goodness gracious, look at all this. Man, this is so insane. There is Dr. Septimus Pretorius, Scientific Oddities. Here, there's also the Monster Makeup Experience, where you can transform the monster at additional costs. There's all sorts of shops and restaurants like Das Steakhouse and the Burning Blade Tavern, which we'll go to later. And there's also all sorts of characters roaming around. And there's even Frankenstein's castle with Monsters Unchained. Now for our next ride, we're going to go ahead and ride Monsters Unchained, the Frankenstein Experiment. In this attraction, Dr. Victoria Frankenstein continues the work of her ancestors deep below the family estates. As experiments continue, her control of monsters starts to go awry, where Dracula leads a revolt of enraged monsters including Wolfman, Mummy, Creature from Black Lagoon, and so much more. I cannot wait to ride this, so let's go ahead and go on this.
Look closely. This is a catacombs navigation unit. All you little lab rats and your little lab rat friends get to ride one. You sit, ye go steers, nothing goes wrong. Yes? Uh-oh. Don't look at that. This is just the emergency function. All according to plan.
You're bothering our guests. Send them in. I'm ready for them.
Yes, doctor. The doctor will see you now. This is fun, yes?
Dr. Victoria Frankenstein. Today, you chosen few will witness my greatest discovery yet. Together, we will finish what my great-grandfather started. They called Henry a monster. They were afraid of what he had done. But you will see, there is nothing to fear. Show them.
What's that?
Lower the lights, quickly. Now. These people are friends. See? There's nothing to be afraid of. He is amazing. Better than the original. He is the key to our most exciting experiment. For years, I have studied and controlled the monsters that prowled the darkness. And only one remains. I will control my ultimate challenge. Count Dracula. Calm yourself! That wasn't us.
Silence, creature. I will destroy you and everything.
These two just don't get along. The Dracula experiment is the last piece of the puzzle. And with your help, the world will never see the name Frankenstein the same again. Open the doors! Our greatest victory is just through there. Quickly, this will change your life.
Now you will need lockers where they will use Face ID, and as soon as you're done with that, then you can be able to ride. Oh my goodness. I mean, I have no words for Monsters Unchained. Both this and Battle Ministry may as well be my new top 2 favorite rides of all time, because I don't know if this or that is better, because both of them were so incredible. I feel like if you love Halloween Horror Nights, Universal Monsters, this is definitely the ride for you, because this is absolutely amazing. I would definitely recommend it. Right now, we have to go ahead because there's a ride actually right here, and that is Curse of the Werewolf, and I gotta go do that since it's a 10-minute wait. There is the Lacey's Cottage. There's also Burning Blade Tavern with the windmill, as every 15 minutes it lights on fire. And there's also Curse of the Werewolf that we will head over to next. Inside Distraction, Maleva, leader of the Guild of Mystics, welcomes you to a secluded wagon camp where you're warned creatures who prowl from the deep woods. Before long, you're riding Curse of the Werewolf, surrounded by glowing eyes and gnashing teeth, where you'll spin and weave through the forest in an attempt to escape a pack of werewolves.
Wallets, and keys, or leave them with a non-rider.
And we just got off of Curse of Werewolf. Curse of Werewolf is so much fun. There is a lot to enjoy, from spinning to the werewolf animatronic, the queue. I mean, I feel like this ride is going to be probably underrated, but overall, Curse of Werewolf was very fun. I actually enjoyed that a lot, since it has a mix of Cobra's Curse in Busch Gardens and Icebreaker in SeaWorld. Now, we're actually going to go ahead and head over to Burning Blade Tavern quickly. Let's head inside here. Wow. This entire area is so cool to see. Now there's this bar area, as well as some monsters, where you get some alcoholic or non-alcoholic beverages, along with snacks as well. Now, I would show you my pretzel that I just had. Well, it was so good. Very buttery, garlicky. Definitely get it again.
Blade, protected by hounds like myself, Raider the Guardian. But if you are to remain underneath our protection, you must first learn our toast. So everyone, please raise your arms in the air and your glasses if you have them. And when I say release the hounds, I want to hear your loudest, fiercest howls. Patrons of the Burning Blade, release the hounds! Excellent, all right. Drink up and good luck. You're gonna need it, sir.
All right.
Hello,
Hello. How's it going?
Fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's my first stay here in Darkmoor.
Excellent. So, have you seen any monsters out in Darkmoor?
I have, unfortunately.
Yeah. What kind?
Oh my goodness, there was one who was like green and all.
Green?
A werewolf.
He's a nice one.
Okay.
The green monster, he's nice. He's only 3 years old. He's one of Victoria's new monsters, okay? But he's nice. Werewolf. Where did you see a werewolf?
In the forest.
In the forest, okay.
Yeah.
Now, was he hunting you, or what was he trying to do?
I think it was going around the forest. I don't know.
Okay, just
packs.
Just so you know, werewolves are my specialty. Like, see this one?
Yes.
He was how I got these scars right here.
Oh,
I was hunting
okay.
him last week in Duskboro. One swipe of his claws with his razor sharp claws rakes me across the feet. Blood everywhere, right? But fortunately, I immobilized him and then sawed off his head and mounted it up there. So if you need any assistance hunting this werewolf, if you have the coin, I'm happy to help you out.
All right then.
But only if you have the coin.
Well, I hope you have a great day then.
Good luck.
Alright, so now before someone else asks me for a coin, let's go ahead and head out of Darkmoor and head back over to Celestial Park, because I think it is now time we ride a dueling roller coaster.
You should be rolling me. You should be rolling me.
Now, our next ride is actually going to be Stardust Racers, a racing roller coaster. It goes up to 65 miles per hour and 133 feet tall. And this is also different between daytime and nighttime, because during nighttime there's different music and lighting all around. There is free lockers where you must put all loose articles in there. There's also metal detection before you ride, so we will see you after the roller coaster. And we just got off of Stardust Racers, and I mean, I am speechless after that ride, because this attraction was so insane. I mean, this goes 65 miles per hour and it goes up 133 feet. I mean, my hair is a mess after that one. You can actually choose two sides. There is both green and yellow. Either way, we have one more land we have to head over to before we head over to Atlantic, and that is going to be for How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk. And we can actually see Isle of Berk right here, and oh my goodness, this is insane. This is actually the largest of lands, and it is set during both How to Train Your Dragon 2 and 3, where we can see boats, mountains, and possibly some sheep along the way, as well as Hiccup's wing gliders. And yeah, we gotta go ahead and do that soon, because it is actually nearby Plus, there's also Untrainable Dragon. Maybe we might go do that after, but I'm not so sure since it's at 6:30 and it's 5:30 right now. Either way, we have so much here. For example, there is some sheep. We can also see track for Hiccup's wing gliders, which is right there. There's also Viking training camp here. There's all sorts of things where children can play around this playground. There's also Grog and Gruel's Hooligans with some mac and cheese cones, beverages, and other snack items where we'll definitely try them later on. And there's even Dragon Racers Rally where you race against the dragons in this flat ride. And as you can see, there is Dragon Racers Rally. There's even some other dragons, which, yes, that is definitely a dragon in the middle. Because how it is, I think we're gonna skip this one. But for the main attraction, it has got to be Hiccup's wing gliders. On this attraction, you walk into Hiccup's workshop, where he has a new contraption, which is a winged flying machine that launches dragon riders into the air, swooping and soaring and encountering Hiccup Toothless along the way. And you know what? I feel like we have to go do this ride. So let's head inside.
Hello, new Mike.
I love how they have a water refill machine in case the line gets too long. It's cool. And we can see more of Hiccup's workshop along the way. And we just got off of Hiccup's wing gliders. Now, when I talk about getting off, I actually mean we got evacuated from that ride. Luckily, the team members were very helpful and were absolutely amazing. In this case, we actually got a small bottle of water and a free express pass to any ride except for Minecart Madness and Ballot Ministry, which one of those rides we were gonna potentially use, but now obviously we can't. So I don't know, maybe we'll get back over here later on. Oh my goodness, look at that. Hello. There's also Fire Drill where you follow Rough Nut and Tough Nut, as this is a water journey where you battle against other boats. There's also Mead Hall where you can dine like a Viking in this dining hall with all sorts of How to Train Your Dragon food and more in here. There's even How to Treat Your Dragon with all sorts. There's even How to Treat Your Dragon with all sorts of candy and goodies inside this shop, along with plushes as well as toys and other merchandise. I mean, I am impressed by the scale and scope of this land, but really, it's amazing. I cannot believe this is real. There's also the meet and greet area where you can meet Astrid and Stormfly, along with Toothless and sometimes even Hiccup as well, where you can meet these two dragons. And really, this is also going to be one more popular attraction, so if you're going to meet these dragons, then you will have to wait a bit. There's also the Untrainable Dragon, where in this 20-minute show, a new dragon shows up at the Isle of Berk, and Vikings think they may have finally met their match. Meanwhile, Hiccup and Toothless, with the help of Gobber and Astrid, work together to try and solve the mystery of this untrainable dragon. There's music, special effects, and more in this show, and this is something I will definitely do next time, but for sake of time, unfortunately, we will have to come back. There's also some dragons as well, just playing around. Either way, we have a dining reservation for the Atlantic, and it is going to be in 5 minutes, so let's head over there now. Now, the Atlantic is a sit-down restaurant where there is all sorts of fancier food options with burgers, fish, steak, and lobster rolls. There's even a bar with non-alcoholic and alcoholic beverages, and many more. So let's go ahead and head inside. Now on the menu there is oysters, shrimp cocktail, appetizers like mussels, crab cake, the soups, salad, entrees like sea bass, scallops, filet mignon, burger, grouper sandwich, and more, along with a half-pound lobster roll. And on the back there's also the cocktail and wine menu back here. So I decided to try 2 items here. It's actually after dinner and I'm quite full, but we tried a crab cake, which I'm not usually a fan of that, but in this case I thought it was very delicious. There's also the burger. The burger, really well done. I thought it was amazing. One of the best theme park burgers I've ever had. Now, after our perfect dinner at Atlantic, I think it is now time we head over back to Super Nintendo World and try to ride Minecart Madness once again, since it is at a 20-minute wait. Hopefully I don't jinx anything and we can ride it. So let's go ahead and see what we can do. Now here at Minecart Madness, you are helping Donkey Kong protect the golden bananas, where you enter Majestic Golden Temple, board your minecart, and take off in this thrilling family coaster.
And common sense. But the Tiki Jack Tribe ain't nothing to mess with. What are y'all still doing here? That's the end of my story.
We just got off of Minecart Madness, and holy cow, that was a wild ride. It was a lot rougher than I thought it was going to be, but I feel like that is on purpose because this ride is absolutely crazy. I mean, if you love Donkey Kong, highly recommend doing this either during early park admission or at night, because nighttime I feel like adds a lot more to it with the lighting and all that. So overall, highly recommend this ride. Maybe my favorite ride in this land. And I think right now, we're going to go ahead and see what else we can do in the meantime, because we have less than an hour before park closes, and I want to see what else we can do. Now, something that I didn't really talk much about are the actual portals, because at night, all of them light up in the sky with beams, and you can see Super Nintendo World. Orange is How to Train Your Dragon. The lighter blue is Mystery Magic. Dark Universe is on the left, and then the center is Celestial Park. Oh man, look at that night. Man, it is such a good park. It's so beautiful at night. You can also see Atlantic lit up as well. 10 out of 10 restaurant. And then all the fountains. Also next time, Constellation Carousel will be a must for me, especially at night, because I just feel like with this park, I know it's only been an hour, but man, this is way better at night. I'm definitely hoping they're opening at least until 9 or 10, because definitely worth coming here at night. And for our next ride, we're gonna go ahead and ride Stardust Racers again, because at night this is all lit up and so cool. In fact, we're actually gonna go ahead and use our express that we got from Isle of Berk. So let's go ahead and do that. This may as well be one of my favorite coasters of all time. Like, Stardust Racers is absolutely amazing. Very thrilling, tense, and fun at the same time, where you are having this different ride at night. And before we exit the park, there is a quote where it says, "You wonder next which path to chart. The answer lies within your heart." Something interesting too, there's also a heartbeat sound when you're exiting the portal here, which is so cool. And that is going to be a wrap on our day here at Epic Universe. I mean, this park is everything I hope and wish it would be and beyond, because this park, in short, is nothing but a masterpiece in attractions, experiences, and we didn't even see half of the other things here. And I feel like overall, all the attractions we did today, such as Harry Potter and Battle to Ministry, Monsters Unchained, Minecart Madness, and even Stardust Racers, all amazing rides that are definitely worth the wait, because all these rides are so unique and creative, especially Battle to Ministry, because that is probably my favorite ride of all time. Although I will need a few rides so that I can see if it is the best ride. By the way, this whole entire theme park, if there was ever one question, it would probably be, is it worth visiting? And it is absolutely worth visiting. Whether you're a fan of Harry Potter, How to Train Your Dragon, Mario, or even Universal Monsters, this park is amazing. I am definitely going to be coming back here, because this is one of those parks that is worth more than a day. I mean, I feel like if you want to get everything done, highly recommend doing 2 days. Also, it will be quite a hot summer, so definitely get some water, get some umbrellas, and today we also got ourselves a refillable cup to stay hydrated. And I feel like today was epic, and I think that is going to be a wrap for adventure here. Let me know in the comments down below, are you coming to Epic Universe? And if so, what are you most excited for? I'd love to know. And as always, until next time, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a great day.